Hi everybody, this is Shauna from Shauna.plans on Instagram and here on YouTube. So for today's video, I thought I would show you how I made my new work planner in Keynote. I'm going to do like a smaller version of it just because it takes quite a long time and I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. And I tried to organize myself ahead of time so that I can kind of go through it really quickly. And then just as I was starting to do this, I saw my pencil was kind of dead. Okay, I'm gonna leave my pencil there for a bit and just use my fingers so it can charge while we talk about it. So this is the new work planner that I made. The first page is just stickers. It's just blank. I'll show you after when we go into Keynote. The second page has my kind of index. The zipper links you back to the front, and then there's 12 monthlies and 6 weeklies behind each month. So it's like that. And one of the things I really like about the planner, I did this for my one last year as well, is when you get to the new month and move the tabs to the other side of the page, just like the tabs are flipping if they were real tabs in a real binder. This is last year's work planner. So you can see I have the tabs the same way. I have it a little bit more desk space, and this time I did more planner space than desk space. So what I was thinking I would do for the one I'm going to show you, I'm going to use the same binder. It is a zipper binder from Lenny Digitals. They are ones that have been released in past transients. So if you don't have one, you can't go get one, but keep your eye out on the Lenny Digitals website. And hopefully she'll release some new color options at some point. Then you need some rings. So for this work planner, I used these rings, which are also from Lenny Digitals. They're the ones that came with one of the mental planners. I think they match the color tone in the zipper binders really well. So again, this is a transient. There were also some rings released that are really cute that you could use. But what I decided I would do is these squiggle rings because they are so much fun. So we're gonna go zipper binder, squiggle rings, and then for my background in this planner, I used some background images from Cat Digitals. Let's just go back to the front here. So this plaid one, I lightened it a little bit so there's more of a contrast, but the plaid is from Cat. And then this texture here, it's really shrunk down and now I'm really zooming in so you can't see all the detail, but the texture I put on the tabs is also from Cat Digitals. So I was thinking I would use some of her kits again for today's planner. This one is the texture kit and it has some really great ones. This is actually, I think, I'm not sure. These ones would make really good tabs because they have kind of that construction paper feel and some really nice colors. I also pulled out the sweater weather kit when I was planning what I was going to build, and it's got some really great textures as well. They look like fabric. I think this one kind of has that construction paper look. So you can see that. So let's close some things up here. I saw it when I was flipping pages. So I just put this all on top of the page. So I think this is what I'm going to build for today's video is this planner. So we're going to use the burgundy zipper binder, this one here, the squiggle rings from that kit, and then from the sweater weather I'm going to use this background, and I'm going to use this one for my tabs. So I think that'll make a nice coordinated looking planner. So I kind of planned it in GoodNotes first and fiddled around with it just because it's easier for me to do things in GoodNotes than Keynote. Keynote is not something I'm good at. I am not a Keynote expert. So I think we've already talked for like 5 minutes and I haven't even started doing anything. So let's dive in. Hopefully my pen has enough charge to keep us going. I just want to open this one back up. Okay, so now let's go to Keynote. And I organized myself. I made like steps of what we're gonna do. So these are my steps on how to make our planner. I like square planners because for social media, I can paste them into Instagram or Facebook and they make really nice layouts. The square shape just fits really well. And I just like working with it. It's pleasing that it's the same whether you're in portrait or landscape. So let's dive in. So first we're gonna make a new file, choose a theme, change the size. I've noted here that I like the 1024 by 1024 size. The reason for that is if you go to Procreate and you make a square, it comes out as 2048, 2048, but that's really big, so I did half. Also, when you're in Procreate, the screen size comes out as 2732 by 2048. So if you wanted portrait or landscape, you could use that or half of that. So let's do these steps and I'll come back to them if I need to. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new presentation and we're going to choose a theme. I'm going to choose basic white. It really doesn't matter which one you choose because we're going to change it all up. And now I'm going to tap these 3 dots here and go to document setup. Down here at the bottom it says slide size and I'm going to pick custom and we're going to go 1024 and 1024, done and done. I'm gonna just keep this here. I think it must be a setting that I have in Keynotes. A lot of it, the pin doesn't actually do any of the commands. I need to have the my finger tap. The pen just draws on the slide every time. So I kind of skip that a lot. All right. So now we have our presentation started. We have a plain slide. I'm gonna go to the paintbrush here and I'm gonna go edit slide layout. So I just have the first one selected here at the top. I'm gonna hit this plus down here and I'm gonna pick the blank slide and I'm gonna call it front. So now we have our plain slide. And you can see here at the top, it says I'm editing the slide layout. So now everything that I put on this slide is gonna automatically go on every slide. So I only have to decorate one and then it will update all of them. So we're gonna build kind of my aesthetic here on this slide right now. So I'm gonna choose background and image. And then here it says change image. And I'm going to say insert from, and I'm going to go to my background files. So I downloaded the Shadow Cat images to GoodNotes and I downloaded them as PNGs and they're here in this folder. I can't remember if it was 2, 3, here we go. I think that was the one that I wanted to use. Okay, so that's my background, done. Super easy. So now, if I hit done, we're still on edit slide layout and we can start adding things in. So I'm gonna just open up my GoodNotes and we'll go to the zipper binder and I'm gonna take this one. So you could lasso it and copy. I'm just trying to charge my pen, so we'll just go that way. And then I'm gonna long press. I'm gonna tap here with my finger and say paste. And that's gonna put this planner right in the middle of the page. And I don't want a lot of desktop. I'm purposely making a planner with minimal desktop. This is my work one, and this is, I try to make it more functional than decorative just to keep it simple. Or this is how I did my work one, so I'm just trying to make it the same. One thing I didn't mention before is something I really like about these zipper binders is there's lots of room here to put our tabs. So that was one of the reasons why I chose this binder over some of the others. Now, another reason is I like how there's sort of two sheets of paper here, so we can slip our tabs under that top sheet of paper. But in order to do that, we need to make another image with this. So I still have it copied. I'm going to go into Procreate and just do plus clipboard, and I'm going to paste that image down. Oops, and not draw on the screen. And then I'm going to crop, and I want to crop off everything that isn't that top layer of pages. So I want to get as close as I can, but I still want the line. Not quite close enough. I might need my pen for this to be more precise. Hopefully it's got enough charge. So we'll get as close as I can and then say done. And then we can kind of look at it and see where we're at. I think I took too much off on the bottom and not enough on the sides. So I'm gonna undo and we're gonna try that again. I'm gonna use my pencil so it's a little more precise. All right, so I have too much on the top, so let's not draw on it. Crop, and we're just going to do a little bit more up here. And a little bit more here. Oh, that might have been too much. We'll see. Nope, that looks good. Okay, so now I have that top page cropped. I'm going to go share, PNG, and copy. Oh, I hope whoever that is turns their car off soon. I don't think it's mine. I hope it's not mine. So tap with my finger and paste. I'm going to close this just so I have a bigger image to work with. And I'm going to try to position this exactly where I need it. So we want it to be the same size as the original image and lined up the same as the original image. Just a little bigger. This gets a little fidgety. There's a few steps that I find that are very fidgety, but it's worth it in the end. So when I struggle with this and the fidgeting, you can tap so the image is selected, hit the paintbrush and hit arrange, and then you have some options here. So this is the size. We can make it bigger. The lock is on, so it'll keep the ratio. So if I make it bigger, the width and height are both going to get bigger. So that made it just like 1 pixel bigger. And if we go here, this is the X and Y. So I can move, we will zoom in. So I can use these little arrows here. See, this one shifts it over. You can see it's coming over just 1 pixel at a time. Undo. And now I want to go up till it gets, oh, I've got the wrong thing selected. Undo. Okay, I've selected something wrong. So let's just, I want this one to be centered up and down and side to side. Okay, so that one's centered again. Now we want this one, and we're gonna drag it up. Okay, nothing's selected. Now I'm just gonna zoom into this corner. Okay, so we select this, hit this, and we're on the Arrange tab. want this corner where I can see it. Okay. And I want to zoom in on this corner. Okay, so now I'm trying to make this line and that line line up. So I'm going to hit the X and Y. I'm going to move it up a little. Nope, that did not work. See, this is why I was worried this would take too long. I had the wrong thing selected again. Come on. Okay, now I think I have the right thing selected. Okay, so we're on the x-axis and I'm going to shift it over till it lines up on the y-axis, and we can shift it up or down, but I think it might be where I want it to be, so that's good. So let's just deselect that. We'll check the other corner. That corner looks good. All right, so we need it not to do that. Okay, so this corner we need it to move a little bit, and that's going to be the sides. We know the other corner is where we want it to be, so I'm going to go back over here, and we're watching this corner here, and I just need it is it adjusting this side? Yeah, okay. So for some reason, when I adjust it, it's adjusting on that side. Undo. Okay, nothing's selected. Let's check our corners. I don't know what we just did there. And we don't want to do that either. So this is just me being a little OCD, but if I'm going to look at this planner for the whole week, I need it to be perfect. Okay, so we have deselect everything. So that side is where we want it. This side needs to be bigger. Okay, I think we're good. Yay! Now the other, deselect. I don't want anything selected. Select nothing. Okay. Now we can go style, and we can actually put a shadow on as well. If anybody knows how to move the screen around without destroying everything every time, please let me know, because we've messed up this side again. Okay, done. Oop, edit slide layout. Nope. So I've gone back in. I haven't made this my slide background yet, so that's why it totally disappeared when I said done. It's okay, because the template is still there. So I think we're okay. I think everything's lined up. Let's grab this, and we'll go back to image. And I was showing you that we can put shadows on. So you can pick different shadows. I kind of like this one. I don't know what it is, but it sort of seems to have the best effect. The effects are kind of subtle, but they do kind of make it look more realistic, so it's worthwhile. Okay, so I'm still in edit slide layout. Now let's go to our rings. These are the ones that I like. I think they match the background really nicely. So it seems to be the one finger tap brings up the menu for me, and then I can move the wrong thing again. So I want to keep my squiggle selected, and I'm just kind of making it the right size. And you can see as I'm moving it around, those yellow lines show up. So I know that it's centered top to bottom, left to right. I've centered everything top to bottom, left to right. So it just takes care of it nicely for me. Okay, so we're done with that. So I'm just going to tap somewhere that's not an image. So the next thing we're going to do is make our tabs. So to do that, we're going to go add, and we're going to grab a shape. The rounded square makes a lovely tab shape. I'm only going to do a few tabs. I think we'll do like 3. So I'm just making it so it fills up as much as we can of this space here, and I don't want I want as little as possible overlapping this first paper, but I want the rounded corners to be over top so that it's straight. From the edge of this top page it'll be a straight line. And then what we can do is if we hit the paintbrush again while we have this rounded square selected, and we're going to hit the fill button, and just like the background, we'll say image, change image, and we're going to insert from. It takes me back to where I was in my files, and we're going to choose that sweater weather image. It was this one that I wanted to use. See how it puts it on top? Very nice. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to style, and we're going to choose a shadow, and I'll go with that shadow. I'm not really sure what difference all the shadows make. We can put one on these rings too, but they already have one. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this, tap the screen, oops, and my menu comes up, and we'll say paste, and it always seems to go to the middle of the screen for some reason. So it snaps in line. You could see that yellow line came up, and we're going to say paste again, and you can see it just kind of snaps it into place and makes sure that it's the same distance between these two stickers as I had these two stickers, and it centers it, which is lovely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to say select object, and I'm going to select these 3 and say done, and then I'm going to group. So now they're all selected together in a group, and now I can resize them. And this will kind of average them out. I'm just trying to make the distance from the top of the page and the bottom of the page the same. And if I tap them again, either up here I can say ungroup, or if this menu is up, I can ungroup them here. So I'm going to deselect them. So I group them all together so I can make sure they stay the same size. But now I need to shrink them down again so that I got this new bracelet for Christmas and I love wearing it, but it's kind of getting in the way of my planning here. So I want them to be shrunk enough, just enough so that there isn't too much on that top page. And I'll show you the reason why. We're going to group these again. Done and group. And now on the arrange tab, you can see we can move back to front. So I'm going to move them back until they go behind the page. See that? It's like magic. So now we have 3 tabs. They're exactly the same size. They have this lovely texture on them. And they are behind that piece of paper, but I love how you can still see that other piece of paper behind them. It's not like they're touching the background. I mean, you could go even one step further and put one of these white papers in between, like have a bunch of layers of white papers and put them between each tab, but that's a little crazy and more than I want to do in this video. So let's ungroup, and we're going to do this one. Come on, where's my text? And we'll call it January. So I don't like that color. We want to make the text color black. Can I rotate this? I don't think I can. I wanted to make it sideways. Oh, hey, check that out. That works. Okay, let's pick a better font than that. Since we're using Lenny Digital stuff, let's use a Lenny Digital font. How about Celine? I like Celine. There we go. And let's make it a little smaller. I don't really know how I made it go up and down like that. January, February, March. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm going to copy it so I can paste it. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. We'll undo. Okay. Is it gonna, it's not gonna remember my text style, is it? Can I copy style? Nope, that's all right. We know what we did. So it was 26. No. Okay, so this one is February. I'm gonna change our color to black. We had 26. And how did I make it so that it went, oh, we did that. Okay, so it needs to be smaller than 26. Black. Let's change it to Celine. Okay, so we did 23. I don't think it's gonna work for me to make them all the same because it's doubling up the letters. That's okay. Okay, and now March. Celine. Do that. Make it black. Okay, so we've labeled our tabs. Now we need a couple tabs for the top. So I'm going to take this and copy and paste. And we're just going to change it around. And we'll put it here. So this will be index, and I want it says it's centered. That is very much not centered. Why does that think it's centered? Oh, there's like a weird green dot here. All right, you know what? We'll just make a new one from scratch. So we grab another square, we'll shrink it down, drag it there. We'll go to the paintbrush, fill, image, change image, insert from, grab our tab color, and let's go to our text. We want Celine. Let's do this first before we copy it. Celine, how do you say the alphabet again? S-E, there it is. Okay. Oh, we need to make that black. It's not changing anything. I think I froze. Oh, there we go. Okay. We want this black. There we go. We also need style, and we need a shadow. So the bottom shadow is not going to show up because it's going to have the white paper over top. So I'm going to pick this one that has sort of a side shadow. My shadows are all over the place. We're going to probably change them up a little. So let's copy, tap, paste, and we'll grab it and kind of snap it in place here. And then we'll do another one. And it snaps it in place. So now we want to select objects, and we'll, why are we come on, select object, select. I don't want to select all, I want to select 3. My pen. This is fun. I don't know why it's doing this, but I want to select my objects. Select, to select or deselect, tap it. I am tapping. To select multiple objects, drag across them. Nope, that did not do that either. Done. All right. Select. Nope, not select. Okay. I think I have too many things here. Just want that one. Select an object. Okay, Keynote hates me. It says, no, you cannot show people how to do this. I'm gonna try to do it myself. Let's delete that and delete that and copy that and paste. It goes down here. Paste. Ooh. Hey, that's close. Maybe if I just move them. I was trying to, with all this tapping and stuff, I was trying to group them, and for some reason they don't want to group for me. Just like we grouped the tabs on the side and we resized them. But we'll just go like that because that's all I want to mess around with right now. Okay, select you and you. Done. Group. And I'm just gonna move, so I've grouped my top page and my squiggle rings, and I'm just moving them so that they're the top layer, and my little tabs go underneath, and then we can deselect that. Done. I just said that I was done my slide. Oh, look, we went right out. Okay, so we're gonna go back here, edit slide layout. Actually, no, first let's say done. And now let's pick our layout, just so that I don't panic every time I go out of the edit slide layout screen. So that's my layout that I'm choosing. It's lovely. We're gonna go to the paintbrush and say edit slide layout. Okay, so the first problem I'm seeing here is that my font needs to change. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna make it so it's aligned to the top. And for some fun reason, it is no longer centered again. So what do we made it 24. So we're gonna move that to the top and also make it 24. And so this is the horizontal, no, the vertical alignment of the text. I don't know why it's not centering, but it is what it is, and I don't want this video to be 4 hours long. So let's see, we can go, I usually do 6 tabs up here, so I have, because it's for work, I use different things. I don't know what you might want to put. We could do a stickers tab to put your most used stickers, and then like a blank page, not a blank page, but a blank page. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to select that tab, not that tab, this tab, if it'll let me. We're going to go select objects, select object, not that one. Nope, deselect you. I don't want you. Don't want you. There we go. I want that one. Yay, it worked. Okay, so I'm done selecting. I'm going to group this. And now I'm going to tap it. I'm going to say copy. I'm going to tap again. I'm going to say paste. Now I have a duplicate of these little guys. And I'm going to move them to this side and line them up just the same as they are on this side. And now I'm going to grab my page and my squiggle rings. Going to try to. Why is it not selecting my squiggle rings? What happens if I move this up? Okay, so now you can see my tab is underneath. Now the problem with this is that we need to ungroup. My text is now hidden under the page. So we're going to right align. We are going to push all the buttons randomly and see if we can make the text show up, and we cannot. I'm going to undo a few times here. Undo, undo, undo. See, I need my text to be over here. Ungroup. Text. Can I fix it with my margin? There we go. And I have all 3 selected, so it's doing it to all of them. Where did my Y go on February? So So if I go too much, I lose my Y. I just don't think that's enough. I'm deleting my text. I'm going to do this a different way. Bear with me. I did it different. I did it the other way I'm going to show you. It's more steps. It's how I did it on my work planner, but I thought this would be easier, so I was going to do it this way, and I was clearly wrong. So first I'm going to quickly select all of these tabs. No, I'm not. Ungroup. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to just play with the shadows. I think I'm going to go with that shadow. I think that's better. Okay. I want no selected. Okay, so we have all the tabs. We have some words at the top. I need to get the sides. Now, the reason I'm doing both sides is because we're going to delete some depending on which ones we need. But I'm going to do it a little different here. So I'm going to go to the shapes, and that's where my text tool is. And I just pressed it 2 times, I think. So I have 2 text boxes here. So let's delete one of them. It just put the text in teeny tiny letters right in the dark center of my page. So I couldn't see it. I'm going to say month 1. And we're going to go to the brush, change it to black, change it to Celine. I went too far. And we need it bigger. And I still can't seem to rotate. Okay, I will Google how to rotate so that I can show you. But for now, we'll go back to typing January, February, March. Again, disclaimer, I am not a Notability expert. Everything I do, I just wing. And I want to move this and see how it fits. Okay, so we want it smaller. We don't want to move that. Okay, we're going to go copy, paste, paste. Okay. So I'm doing this as its own text box just so that it's easier for me to edit and position it, as opposed to using the text box that defaults into the shape, because that really was not working for me. So now I'm going to center it top to bottom and line it up with the page. There we go. I'm going to grab it, select objects, and I'm just going to grab the text, not the tab, and say done and group. And I'm going to copy and paste, and now I have that same group, and I can line it up with the page in the same way. And now they're the same on both sides. Okay, so now what we need, I'm going to say done, and I'm going to go out. So now I have my first page. This will be my index page. I'm going to duplicate it. And that's going to be my January, February, and March. So now I can set up all the links for these tabs. So this is, oh wait, and I need two more. I need stickers and I need blank. Okay, so tab 1 is index. So we're gonna grab, we're gonna go to edit slide layout. So now I'm back in the slide layout and I'm gonna grab this tab and I'm gonna say link, and I'm gonna link it to the slide that is page 1 and back. Now you can see that it's linked because it has that little arrow. So now I'm going to say link, and stickers was, oh dear, 1 was my second to last one. So stickers is slide 5. Blank is my last slide. So link, and we're going to say link to slide 6. Now you can say next slide, previous slide, first slide, last slide, but if you do that, it's always going to be the first slide. And if you decide to insert a slide ahead, then it won't automatically update the numbering. Whereas if you choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you insert more slides anywhere, it'll automatically adjust that numbering. Okay, so now this is kind of the fidgety part. I want to grab the tab, not the words. So you can see it's the slightly bigger box. I'm going to link it. Now January is my second one. We'll grab this one. Link. February is my third one. Link. Link. And March is my fourth one. And we're going to do that same thing over here. I want to grab the tab. And okay, let's just ungroup those so I have more room. So I've grabbed the tab link, link to slide 2. So we want to grab the tab. This was way easier on the other one. So I've got the tab now, and I'm back to the text, back to the text. Okay. Okay, I'm giving up on that one. Okay, link, and this one is 4. No, this one is 5. No, it's 4. We're right. Okay, now you can see how it's so easy where people who are doing like a million links in something end up linking something incorrectly. I don't want this. Remove link. It keeps grabbing the text. There we go. Okay, so we got the slide. Front, January, February, March. Anyway, like I was saying before I interrupted myself, you can see how somebody who was linking a million pages could easily mess up by picking the wrong slide. Okay, so this now we have the same setup on all of them. We have all of our links all ready to go. I'm going to actually go back in and I'm going to do one more. I'm going to make a square. I'm going to drag it down here and I'm going to make it as big as my zipper. So you can make anything a link. I'm going to go to the paintbrush and I'm going to choose no fill. No, wait, that's not the one I wanted. We'll keep a fill. If you go no fill, you still get a border. I'm going to change my opacity to 0. So it's a box that's there. You just can't see it. I'm going to choose link. I'm going to go link to slide. No, I'm going to say link to first slide. So that zipper will always take me to my cover no matter what I have for a cover. Okay. Done. Okay, so Now everything is the same. We need to set up our January, February, and March tabs. So, and our front. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go back into Edit Slide Layout, and I'm going to duplicate this one that we made. So now this one is my original. I'm going to tap and rename. And this is January. Actually, no, let's make this one index. Are January and index the same? No. So this is going to be my front still. We didn't need to change this one. And now for this one, I've already duplicated. Important, it is duplicated. I'm going to actually now delete all these tabs, because this, if you had your planner open to the very first page, there wouldn't be any tabs on this side. Like, we have some loose paper, but we don't have any tabs. I'm not going to go so far to try to get rid of that paper. Okay, so now I'm going to duplicate this one, and I'm going to rename it, hit the X, and it is January. Okay, so for this one, I want the January tab on that side. I do not want this tab or these dates, because when we're in the January section, we're gonna have the January tab here and the February, March here. So I also need to delete, we need to ungroup those, and we need to delete January there. So now it looks like we're open to the middle. So I'm gonna duplicate again. Now we'll rename. This one is February. So now we're gonna delete, oh wait, not that. We're gonna delete this one. And we're gonna delete this one. I need to, I selected the wrong thing. I've got all sorts of things selected. Okay, ungroup those words. Delete. I did not ungroup the words or deselect them. So by setting up all the tabs first, that way I can make sure that they're all perfectly aligned, and when I'm flipping through, everything stays in the same place, so that I'm not off like by a pixel as I'm flipping pages and something shifts a little, because that irritates me. Okay, so I'm gonna rename this last one to all tabs. I probably am not gonna use this one, but it's my original just in case I have to go back and fix something. So now this one we'll rename to March/back. Okay, so now we have we want all the tabs on this side, because we are finished with all of our months. We've flipped the pages over. And also that will be the same for these. I am not gonna make these tabs over here. You can if you want to, but that's where I draw the line for my OCD. I didn't do it for my work planner, I'm not doing it for this one. So now we have our planner. So we can say done, and now we can link all these pages. So this one is going to be front, so it's already right. This one needs to be January. This one, what are we at here? This one needs to be February. This one needs to be March. This one is March as well, and this one is March as well, because those are our last two pages. So now we have our open planner, we have January, you can see the tab moving over, February tab moves over, March tab moves over, and then these two are the same. So this is our index page. So what I did for my planner is I actually just inserted text like we did before, and I put like my table of contents here. You can do it however you like. The other thing that I did is I added in a blank page, and I'm just gonna grab it, and I want it to go to the top. Come on, why are you not going to the top? I'm gonna delete these first. How are we for time? Oh my gosh, we're almost at an hour. This is what I was worried about. So I'm gonna drag this, and I want this to be my first one. I'm gonna go to the brush, I'm gonna change my background, image, change image, insert from, and I think it was Sweater Weather 3. And so what I did for the cover of my planner is I just did the background. So you can see it's the same background. And then I decorated it in GoodNotes with however I want. So I can change it up, I can make it however I need. So that's the main part of setting up the planner. There's still more steps. So if I have the January tab open, I inserted weekly pages. You could insert daily pages. I think that's gonna have to be video part 2. If anybody has any interest, let me know. I can show you how to insert your weeks, how to build these little boxes, the calendar, linking the index. As you can see, as I said, this is all just stickers that I decorated with. So if that was helpful, watching me fumble around in Keynote, let me know, and I will do a part 2 to show you how to set up your index page and build your calendar. This is actually a linked, what did I do? A linked page, so there are links here that take you to the weekly page, and then go back to your January. You can go to this week, and so it takes you to each week. So I can show you that if you have interest. If this was helpful at all, let me know, and I can do that as a part 2 video next week. But for now, this is officially the longest video I've done in a very long time, and I need to feed my kid. So I hope that was helpful. The final step is to export it out of Keynote and compress it using a PDF compressor, which I can also show you in the next video if you're interested. So I am pretty happy with this. I love how the colors turned out. That text, I gotta figure out if there's a way that you can rotate text, because that would make me so much happier. But otherwise, that was fun. I hope you liked it. I will link Lenny Digital's shop and Shadowcat shop in the description, and I'll be back on Thursday to do some Pink Punch Studio new releases with you. So I hope you had fun. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Check the description, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.